I've really just been focused on working with people who also are serious about their brand, even if they're just at a starting point. But it's just like someone who is willing to put in the same amount of effort, money, time, the investment, the sacrifice. That is really what I look for in a feature, is like people who, if I go give my all out and I make the best song ever, like I want them to feel that same amount of passion towards it, and like some negative experiences is just kind of like, the opposite of that is when, like you work with someone and it's like you're constantly hitting them up, you're constantly like pulling teeth just to get a song. Like it doesn't make it feel like it's worth it. Like you don't even really want to put the song out anymore. So it's just kind of like really just working with people that want to see me succeed. And then they, because of just the way I am, I I obviously wouldn't be featuring with them if I didn't want to see them succeed. So it's just kind of like working with people amongst that community, and like people all over the world are starting to hear Roux and they're trying to feature and they're serious. You know what I mean? So it's cool. The one thing that gets me locked in any environment when it comes to music is just leaving all my personal stuff behind closed doors. I feel like when I just go into the studio fully focused on like what I'm supposed to do, turn the phone on airplane mode. If I go into a studio sober, you're gonna get the most professional version of me. Like if I need to go and I need to really sing my ass off or I need to do something, I'm probably gonna show up sober. But it's like if the song calls for me being more laid back, more like vibey, less energy, then it's like, yeah, I'm gonna smoke like lots of fucking kush. And then it's like, if I need to be kind of slurry and stuff, I might take some sips of tequila or something, something to where it's like whatever the vibe is, just like the subject, whatever the subject matter calls for from me on my delivery, I usually kind of show up with that kind of mindset. Like if I need to be more, like West Coast vibe, then, I like show up in like an outfit that like reminds me of like the West Coast or something. You know what I mean? Just like whatever gets me mentally prepared. So when I walk in there, I don't think about nothing because I'm an overthinker. So whatever I can do thinking wise before I step in the studio, then it's just like it's game time. It's like if you play basketball, like you take 200 jump shots before you go to the gym. So like when you're in the game, you don't even have to warm up because you already know. Like the pregame is more important for me than the game because the game is why I do it, So of course I'm gonna show up. So it's really just about the pregame preparation kind of thing, you know what I mean? I feel like growing up, like who really inspired me was, guys like Kobe, guys like Carmelo Anthony, like especially Carmelo Anthony because, growing up in Colorado, like Denver Nuggets, he was like our superstar, So it was like seeing how Carmelo like knew, like no one ever thought the Nuggets were ever gonna win. Just the way that he just communicated, especially like after I got to see him talk more and more like as a pro, it's like he never was like super flashy, like never that he just showed up and worked and like, people loved him for that. And that's kind of like my mentality. And then as I started to get older, and I started like music started becoming like more important in my life, it just became kind of like just that kind of self confirmation of like, you're not going to make everyone happy. So you might as well make yourself happy by saying what you want to say and don't hold anything back. Show them the most authentic you, even if they hate you for it. Like I think that kind of stuff is like super important. Who inspires me the most now is definitely like Jesus Christ, just like as cliche, like whatever, like people don't want to hear it, but truly like my life was saved when I really leaned into my faith and just had faith, stopped trying to like be in control and just kind of give up my control to God. And just regardless of if anyone ever listened to my music, you know what I mean? Like this is how I'm living, and it's truly a blessing to like see the world in a different way completely. Because I used to be all about idols and all this stuff, and now it's like it's hard for me to even answer the question because it's just really Jesus and God are my idols. And Roux and Malik, like they all want to say something different. Like, like Malik Miller's gonna definitely feel different about something Roux might feel about. because like Roux like not trying to think about the stuff Malik Miller's thinking about, but if Malik Miller's not thinking about it, Roux is not going to be successful. So like there's a lot of different, like it's not like an alter ego, it's not like, it's just like a mindset for like that moment, and it's kind of like the same thing. Me personally, like I just started going back to church again in like September, so it's like I personally feel like there are a lot, like not qualified, but I love to sing with the band, and then I also love to go sing my songs. And I don't think it's like I don't think it's a battle. Like I'm not trying, I don't want people to follow me. Like go follow Jesus. I just want people to like my music, and like when they're driving in the car or they're like at the party or something, they throw it on. I will always I will always spread my word. And I think with my music, I do feel like there will be a time and place for me to sing songs like that, and I will of course take the opportunity. I just also feel like, my messages are also meant to be heard, or else God wouldn't make me feel so compelled to write my stories.